What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So, this kind of a controversial topic. Something that not a lot of people want to sit here and really go into detail on. All right. You read the title. You saw the thumbnail. I'm going to go into some of the pros and cons. All right, of training with hollow points over FMJs and whether it's really worth it or not. All right. Now, we're going to start with cons, which is obviously, we already know what the biggest one is going to be. The biggest one is going to be price related. So here's an example. This is 500 rounds of Blazer. There's 3 right here. This is 500 rounds. This costs a total of $130 plus shipping. Now, for reference, all right, y'all, 10 50 round boxes, 130, maybe add another 20 for shipping and tax and everything, right? 150-ish, all right? That's a pretty damn good price. That is a pretty good price. Now, how much would that be? How many rounds would you get if you spent $150 just getting hollow points, right? Even if you found them at a good price, a good price, we're talking $20 for a box of 25, which is a pretty decent price right now. You are looking at, for 150, 20, 40, 60, 81, you're getting you're literally getting you're getting a dollar per round. You're getting about 150 rounds, really. And honestly, you can't even get that because you're going to have to sit there and spend a little bit extra to get the other rounds because you can't buy half a fucking box of ammo. All right. I don't know why I was sitting there doing the math. It's been a long day for me. All right. However, it is expensive to train with hollow points. So let's get that out the way. Unless you have a great connection or you reload, I don't know. Maybe you have a good connection to a gun store where they're like, yeah, I'll do you some extra deals or whatever. Who knows? However, it is going to be more expensive. So let's get that out the way. That is the biggest con right there. And that's honestly the con that a lot of people believe is what matters the most, which I can see why, especially with how inflation is. I can see why people believe that's one of the biggest factors. It's crazy. I just realized something. A little over a year ago, I was trying to, when I first started YouTube, I was trying to quit caffeine. I just gave up on that. I don't care no more. I'm like, fuck this. I work better off this. So let's keep going. With that being the biggest con, I think that's, something that you can work around in a sense. You don't always have to train with hollow points. It's not a con that should make you never want to. Now, with that being said, I honestly believe that's probably going to be your only real con in this situation. Moving on to the pros, when training with hollow points, you are going to have a higher, or not even higher, a more accurate expectation of what the round is going to do. Because let's be honest here, guys, with the shape of the projectile being different, it does affect the aerodynamics of it. So let's get that out the way. You do want to make sure you're as accurate with your defense ammo as you are with your range ammo. We want that. A lot of times hollow points are loaded to be a bit hotter, which honestly I like. It just helps ensure that the gun is going to function and cycle and shit, really. Then, since it's loaded a little hotter, you want to make sure that you can handle that recoil. You want to make sure that it doesn't catch you by surprise with it being a little bit more recoil. A lot of people carry 9mm, so it shouldn't be really too big of an issue. However, it is still something to do. It is something to train with. It is something to, be aware of. Now, here's a perfect example. All right. I took my Glock 23 to the range a good while ago, and I had a couple of rounds of Hornady Critical Defense left over on me that I was just like, you know what? It's like 3 rounds. I really don't need to keep these 3 rounds. Let me just go ahead and shoot them real quick while I'm here. I put these 3 rounds in the mag, got one in the chamber, fired one, I felt such a noticeable difference in recoil that I was like, holy shit. Like I had to sit here, I looked at the other people in the range, I'm like, yo, like the people that were with me, I'm like, hey, come over here. Shoot my Glock real quick. They would shoot and be like, what the hell? And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's insane. It just, hollow points they tend to be loaded a little hotter. All right. So that's something to be aware of. You shouldn't sit here and expect, oh, yeah, well, it's going to be just like at the range. Nothing like that, because training ammo and defensive ammo are loaded differently. Their uses are entirely different. The aerodynamics are going to be a bit different. The accuracy is going to be a bit different. So you want to be prepared for all of these things. Now, with the price point being what it is right now, I don't blame you for not wanting to train with hollow points. In no way, shape, or form am I sitting here saying you were in the wrong for not wanting to train with hollow points. I do not train with hollow points all the time. Is it something I do though? Yes, yes. So for the question, should you train with hollow points? Is it worth it? I guess it depends on what financial standpoint you're in. Because no matter what, I do see it as a yes and no situation. I see the benefits to training with hollow points. I do see that there are plenty of good uses that would help make you more prepared for a self-defense situation by training with your self-defense ammo. But I also see the pros of having more money. You know what I mean? Guys, remember that. I am all about my money. All right. I do see the pros of having more money, not spending all your money on hollow point ammo that you're just going to send down range anyways. So I'm not disagreeing with that aspect. I guess that really just depends on the shooter. You know what I mean? What financial position you're in, what you would feel comfortable spending each time you go to the range, how often you go to the range, how often you train at home. Some people, they don't go to the range a lot, but they dry fire at home a lot. It happens. All right. Hell, I haven't been able to go to the range for a couple months now. I'm pretty upset about it. Planning on changing that soon, as you guys can see. But my whole point is that it's an iffy thing, and that's the reason why it's such a point of controversy for people when they're discussing what they should train with, how they should practice. They feel that, oh yeah, range ammo is just fine. For certain guns, I use range ammo as self-defense ammo. For example, my Ruger LCP. Here, about to say, just that way nobody can say I'm bullshitting. That's FMJ. I do not use hollow points to my 380. Why is that? I don't believe 380 has enough pressure to overpenetrate, or at least I should have a huge concern about it. Not to mention, I also don't believe that they truly have enough pressure behind them to fully expand and do the job that they should. So sometimes training ammo can be your defensive ammo, and that's perfectly fine. So really, you're saving a couple of bucks there. However, you do want to train with your defensive ammo. All right, you do definitely want to, whether it's a little, whether it's a lot, you want to. I understand with how, not even just with inflation, but how the price of ammo as right now is. All right, for hollow points, I get it. I get not wanting to empty your bank account to sit here and shoot a couple hundred rounds of hollow points to get some training in. I get it. What I would say personally is that if you're not in a position to, practice with hollow points, then I would say maybe get a box. Get one box. Whether it's a 20-round box, 25-round box, doesn't matter. There are some brands like Fiocchi that sell 50-round hollow point boxes. Whatever. My point is that you get one box. You get one box each time you go to the range and shoot it. Just make sure that you're not going to be underprepared, because there is no such thing as being too prepared for a self-defense situation. There is no such thing. There is only being underprepared. You can't be too prepared. All right, you're prepared or you're underprepared. That's really all it is. All right. I think that about wraps it up for this video. I don't want to keep going in circles here, but the short answer to the question, is it worth even using hollow points for training, is yes and no. It depends on the shooter, your situation. All right, it is important to practice with your defensive ammo every now and then. Doesn't need to be your primary target practice ammo. No, not at all. All right, so it's a yes and no, as I said. So with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because you agree with me, while shooting hollow points, practicing with your defensive ammo is very, very important. The price of ammo is so damn outrageous, it makes it difficult for the lot of us. Y'all make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.